show really has been changes in things like tactics, capabilities, gun calibers, this sort of thing. Today we're thinking, at the moment now, we're thinking about changes in the strategic situation that we're facing. In 1989, the Berlin Wall came down, the Soviet Union collapsed. Uncertainties that have been almost embedded in foreign policy and military policy since the end of World War II were no longer there. The traditional enemy, if you will, the Soviet Union, had ceased to be a threat. How did armour react to that? Identifiable. Specifically, the threat of radical Islam in the Middle East and beyond. The British Army, and indeed most other armies, decided to create vehicles that were capable of dealing with an entirely new situation. And we've got that was based upon the Scorpion CVRT. By the way, CVRT stands for Combat Vehicle Reconnaissance Tracked. It is not in, say, shall we say, Afghanistan. Then if you lay down that kind of rapid fire, you are going to dominate that battlefield. So the idea there, here she comes. I think the driver took that as a bit of a challenge, actually. Scimitar 2, which is a little bit bigger. This one has got enhanced mine and anti-IED protection. And that's the important thing, really. The Scimitars that are in use with the British Army at the moment have got the battle zone. An infantry fighting vehicle is one which is designed either to allow the infantry to fight from inside the vehicle, some of them do, or to act as support for the infantry by having a turret mounting a fairly hefty gun. Now, the Desert Warrior was designed as an export vehicle by the British, sold to, amongst others, the Saudis, and as the name suggests, opted for. This is the turret, it's an American-built turret, and it's mounting, rather than the 30mm rod, it's mounting a 20mm chain gun called the Bushmaster. Is broadly similar. If you need to lay down a lot of fire, that chain gun is the thing you're going to need to do it. But in many respects, this is almost the case here. It's almost as if the Swiss didn't design a specific vehicle, they designed a concept. The concept of a lightly armoured, very mobile, multi-purpose armoured vehicle, which can be either an infantry fighting vehicle, or now a personnel carrier, or a number of other things. In some frontline militaries, increasingly they've been used in parts of the world by police forces as crowd control vehicles. Now that again is possibly another aspect of this new threat that we've got. In many respects, if you have a hostile crowd, for instance, in a crowd control situation, then peacekeeping role. Now, I promised you a little earlier on another Canadian vehicle, here she comes. This is the Canadian Cougar, but it is also a Piranha. It's a Piranha 1, it's the 6-wheeled version, as you can see, 6x6. It's mounting a familiar looking turret because basically it's the there, and you've got here a gun which allows you again to lay down a lot of fire if you need to. Now, originally the Cougars were amphibious. They had a pair of propellers at the back. Don't look too hard to try and see them because they're not there on this one. They were almost immediately removed